move now to solve the constitutional difficulty and actually select a candidate. So, but to answer Kerry's question in terms of are we up for to win this seat? Well, we are, and we're out of the traps. We're out there running. We have our list that's ready, and as I said, we're going to sort the constitutional thing now and actually select the candidate. So, as per the constitution, we're going to ask for somebody outside the constituency to chair this section, which is the selection process, and we're going to ask our party chairperson, Mary Lou MacDonald, to do that.
Slightly constitutional party.
Yeah.
At the close of nominations, the name of one candidate had come forward. That candidate's name is Toireasa Ferris. I want to now formally ask for a proposer of that candidacy from the floor. David Cullinane. Go ahead.
Cllr Cllr. 4 years ago, I stood at a platform like this and I accepted the nomination to be the Sinn Féin candidate for this constituency for Europe. And as Jerry said earlier, it was a proud and a humbling experience to represent a party at any level. And certainly for me, it was a proud experience to represent this party at a European Union level. And I want to take this opportunity to thank all of the people in the party who gave me the support I needed during the campaign, especially Ken O'Connell, but all the others who played their part. And especially the people in Kerry, because during the campaign I was here a number of times. I spoke at commemorations and public events, and I was always very well received. And on one occasion, we went on a road trip from North Kerry to South Kerry, which took almost every village in Kerry that I taught. And I think the trip took about 10 hours. And unfortunately for me, Martin Ferris was the driver. It took about 10 hours, it took me about 10 months to recover. I just want to thank everyone who played their part in that campaign. And one of the things that was asked of all of the candidates at that time, and especially and all of the candidates who put their names forward, is that what difference could a Sinn Féin MEP make? Because we were a very small party from a small country, and we had very high ambitions for Ireland in Europe. And we were making the point that we wanted to take on the European elite and that agenda which was anti-democratic in Europe. And I think that we have answered the critics. When you look at the performance of Mary Lou MacDonald and Barbara de Bruin, but Mary Lou especially, the fact that she has taken on the establishments across the European Union and has played a massive part in doing that and succeeding by the people of Ireland defeating the Lisbon Treaty, I think that we should give Mary Lou a round of applause. Jerry asked the question, can we win this seat? And it is a 3-seater, and it is going to be tough. But I believe that if we select the best candidate, and if the people in this room put their shoulders to the wheel, and if you look at the amount of people in this room, I think that answers the question and speaks volumes. Munster Sinn Féin is on a roll. I believe that with Toireasa Ferris as the candidate, that we can take one of those 3 seats, and I am privileged to formally propose Councillor Toireasa Ferris as the European election candidate for the South.
David, and can I now ask for a seconder for that proposal from the floor? Arnie, okay.
Well, the Toireasa Ferris. I suppose the first thing I want to say is to pay tribute to David Cullinane. He was the person who stood the last time, and I think on behalf of the Cuaig and Munster as well, I think it's a reflection that when we were discussing the issues around who should stand on this occasion to take the battle to Europe forward on our behalf, that David was one of those who was, although the sitting candidate at the time, he was one of those who was able to step back and look and propose and suggest that Toireasa Ferris should be the candidate on this occasion. And one of the most gratifying things about that for us as Republicans in Munster is that we have been seeing for many, many years that men have been to the forefront of the struggle throughout the 32 counties over the last 30 years. And we've constantly been saying that 51% of the population are female. And we, as Republicans, and particularly male Republicans, have failed in the past to create a path for the strong, vibrant, clever, intelligent women to come forward and to take their place in leadership roles across the island. You know, and I have to say it is a great pleasure to know that today that we have one of those women in Tioreasa. And it is a tribute to David Cullinane that he is one of those mature individuals within the party who can look beyond himself and look beyond the male domination that has been part of it for so many years and clear that pathway. So I'd like to just a round of applause for David, please. And that is one of the major strengths of the developing organisation across Cullinane, and it is reflected here today also. And I think as we go forward, the fact that we have females in many of the constituencies fighting on our behalf is a huge, huge strength. And that strength calls for us, male and female, across the party, the families and supporters, to come out now and show that yes, we can win this. That we have the maturity, we have the people, we have the calibre, and we have above all the politics that will serve the people across this island, and more particularly across Munster. And there was a tremendous turnout today, because I remember many, many years ago, there were rooms that you wouldn't get 1/5 of the number of people who are here today. But it is testimony to the work that has been done across the Cllr for the last 10 years, that now we can fill rooms like this. And not alone that, but we have huge, high calibre candidates from which to choose. So on behalf of the Munster Cllr, and certainly on behalf of the County Council in Cork, that I am absolutely delighted to stand here and to say I am proud to say that Toireasa Ferris is our candidate, and to second her as the candidate to represent Cullinane. Unity is strength, my friends, and together the comrades in this room will deliver for us what Munster has never delivered before. And we have moved from local to national. Now we must move to the European stage. Go to Míle Maithfidh agus